Welcome back to our Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. Welcome back to a brand new video. This is your latest Arsenal news and transfer news. We're going to be talking about Arsenal transfers today. There's a lot going on. Now, the Mohamed Kudus deal to Arsenal could be sabotaged by West Ham, who are very close to agreeing personal terms and also agreeing a 35 million deal with Ajax. We're going to be talking about that. Arsenal are still pushing for Ansu Fati. If Kudus doesn't sign, Arsenal will try to get the Ansu Fati deal done. That is also happening, and that is also actually coming out today. We'll be talking about João Cancelo. Arsenal have reignited contact with Manchester City, who don't, by the way, want to sell to us at any point in time in this transfer window. Arsenal have reignited contact with Manchester City. They want to get the deal done, especially on a loan deal, as Barca also advancing on that one. Michael Olise is no longer an option. He has signed a 4-year deal extension at Crystal Palace. So Arsenal, as we try to find a replacement or competitor for Bukayo Saka, Michael Olise is not an option, and Arsenal have gone back for Ivan Fresneda. If the João Cancelo deal doesn't happen, if the Pavard deal doesn't happen as well, Ivan Fresneda is the name Arsenal could be bringing in by the end of this summer. So there's a lot going on. It's a full Arsenal transfers edition. Hit the like button. Let's get this one to 500 likes. And in the comment box below, I want to get your thoughts here. João Cancelo, right? João Cancelo from Manchester City. It's going to be a very hard deal, but Arsenal could do it, right? It's a deal that I see Mikel Arteta convince Cancelo, and it could happen. So Cancelo or Ivan Fresneda. Fresneda is a cheaper option, younger player as well. Is around 22. I think he's one of those players that have been really followed by a couple of huge clubs, Dortmund, Arsenal. His transfer could have happened in January. I'm not really sure why it didn't happen, but probably it's high time Arsenal actually go back and get the deal done. So would you prefer a younger player without experience just to come in and cover for Timber until he comes back? Or would you prefer a João Cancelo who can actually come and directly replace Julian Timber, whether Timber is fit or actually not? I want your thoughts right there in the comment box below. Right, let's start off with the Cancelo story, because it's one of the biggest going on at the club right now. Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that the two clubs, Barcelona and Arsenal, are in talks with Manchester City to get the João Cancelo deal done. Now, of course, we had held talks with Manchester City before we signed Julian Timber, and it was very clear they didn't want to sell to us. So Arsenal progressed on. They did go and sign Julian Timber for 40 million euros, and that deal seemed like a dead one. The João Cancelo deal seemed like a dead one. Now, initially, Arsenal wanted to offer around 35 million pounds for João Cancelo. Manchester City valued the player at around 50. It's one of the reasons why Barca is saying we cannot pay that. We are not in a financial situation to pay that. And even if we were, he's a 30-year-old guy that has been rejected by Bayern, rejected by Manchester City, rejected by a couple of clubs. We cannot pay 50 million pounds for this guy. So Arsenal want to get the deal done on loan. We don't want to sign him on a permanent. We feel if it is about cost effectiveness, then Cancelo would actually be a very, very good deal. And I agree with Mikel Arteta and Edu here. I don't think we need a permanent, signing to replace Timber. We've already seen what Timber can do. We've already seen what Julian Timber is capable of. So what we've got to do is sign a player maybe on loan. I wouldn't care if we go and sign some guy no one has heard of, like Wataru Endo to Liverpool. I wouldn't really care. What I want is a player who can give us that extra layer of quality until Julian Timber comes back. And when Timber comes back, I don't even want to hear any of this nonsense. I want Timber back into the starting 11, just like William Saliba did, right from his injury. So Cancelo would be a nice shout. I'm not going to talk about the experience. I've already done that. But economically, the deal makes a lot of sense. Now, although some people are saying Arsenal still have 160 million to spend in terms of losses, before FFP is breathing down our neck, I don't think we need to go to the byline. I don't think we need to go to that, deadline value. What Arsenal need to do is to be smart, is to be clever. If you can get a deal on loan, Cancelo on loan, maybe Benjamin Pavard on loan, it would be a nice one. So João Cancelo talks ongoing. Manchester City still unconvinced that Arsenal is the right destination, especially now that they've lost Kevin De Bruyne. And this is where maybe Man City will not sell to us. If they did have Kevin De Bruyne, João Cancelo, to be honest, does not weaken them. He doesn't weaken them because they don't have anything to do with him. They're not going to use him. So he doesn't make them weaker, but he makes Arsenal stronger. And that's the problem. So the injury to Kevin De Bruyne is a huge blow to them. Even if they signed Messi right now, even if they signed Cristiano Ronaldo, even if they signed Mesut Ozil, even if they sign Luka Modric right now, it makes them weaker. He's a player who understands Pep Guardiola. He's a player who understands the Premier League. He's a player who understands Erling Haaland. And he's a player who has a lot to give in terms of sacrifice for the rest of the team. So they will feel that only makes them weaker, and Arsenal rise makes us stronger, right? We have not lost any of our top quality players that we had last campaign, apart from Xhaka, who has been replaced superbly by Declan Rice. So they might say, we cannot sell to you because we would make you strong, right? Massively strong, because Cancelo, again, is a goal-creating machine. Okay, the next one is Benjamin Pavard. I just want to give you a little update on this one. Nothing really going on. Inter Milan look like they are now leading the race to sign Benjamin Pavard. So, what happened? Man United have been in this deal for quite some time. And they thought at some point in time that Maguire was going to West Ham, and therefore they were going to sign Benjamin Pavard. On the last minute, Harry Maguire decided, you're not going to sign Benjamin Pavard because I'm here to stay and I don't want to go anywhere as long as they cannot pay my wages. So Inter Milan have now proposed around 30 million pounds to sign Benjamin Pavard, and Bayern are not officially refusing the money. So we might see Benjamin Pavard going to Inter Milan rather than Arsenal. Now, I'm not really sure if Arsenal wanted to sign Pavard on a loan deal initially, but if that is the case, then we don't stand a chance. I'm honestly very surprised that Liverpool have not just went in there and gone in there and smashed that transfer transfer asking price, because they really need a centre back. But anyway, Pavard to Arsenal is in jeopardy. Talking about jeopardy, another deal that is in jeopardy to Arsenal is the Mohamed Kudus deal. It's in jeopardy, but it's also inexplicable. And let us dive into how difficult this deal is. So West Ham and their officials did fly to the Netherlands to talk to Ajax and to talk to the representatives of the player as well. Fabrizio Romano believes that personal terms are very close to being agreed, and he believes that both clubs, Ajax and West Ham, will actually reach a consensus between 35 to 40 million pounds to get the deal done. So initially, West Ham want to pay around 35 plus a few add-ons on top, and Ajax feel that is the money they are actually looking for. So where does it get complicated? It gets complicated on two fronts. One, Ajax and West Ham have to wait for Lucas Paqueta to actually advance to Manchester City before Kudus becomes then an automatic priority. Right now, what West Ham are doing, they're trying to be proactive, right? They don't want to be reactive in the market. They just want to be proactive. They know Lucas Paqueta cannot turn down Manchester City, and themselves, West Ham know they don't have the resolve to turn down 85 million pounds from Manchester City if it came in for Lucas Paqueta. For a player they signed for around 60 million euros. So I think they've just gone smart. They've just decided to go smart. If Paqueta moves to Manchester City, we actually sign Kudus. We actually activate the agreement we have with Ajax. The second problem here is Ajax have already agreed a deal with Brighton. So if Lucas Paqueta takes a lot of time to get, to go to Manchester City, then Kudus could just agree personal terms with Brighton, and that deal will be done as well. So it's a very complicated one, and it's one I would say Arsenal should actually stay away from. I think West Ham have sabotaged this one. I think they've just sabotaged it, because if initially Brighton had agreed a deal around 40 million euros, and West Ham have now agreed 40 million pounds, there's a difference there. There is a huge difference, not a huge difference really, but there is a difference, right? I think Arsenal then would need to pay a fee slightly higher than those two clubs. I don't think right now Arsenal need a bidding war for a player who's not a priority for us. So in my opinion, how about we walk away? How about we just walk away? The player is 100% committed to this Arsenal project. If Arsenal can table a bid, but that bid doesn't look like it's going to be coming anytime soon. But Fabrizio says contact was happening until July, so let's wait and see if Arsenal are going to work on that. But what if it doesn't happen? What if Kudus doesn't sign for Arsenal? Where are Arsenal now looking? We are looking at Ansu Fati. This is the second straight day that the same story. Arsenal are in talks with George Mendes, trying to ask for the conditions of the deal to sign Ansu Fati. It is still ongoing. It is still ongoing. It is still ongoing, and it is quite very, very fascinating. Look, like I said yesterday, if Ansu Fati has decided to quit Barca, if he decided that he needs a greener pasture, if he decided that he needs to go and change environment, then Arsenal do have an opportunity. And like I said yesterday still, if Tottenham Hotspur believe they can get the deal done, despite the fact that they have 100 million from the sale of Harry Kane, this deal could be affordable. We're talking 35 to maybe 50 million euros. And Mikel Arteta, if he's really interested, then there's no reason why we don't sign the boy. There's no reason why we don't sign, Ansu Fati. But it's one where we are at the preliminary stages. Like, we are far away. No arguments, no nothing. It is far away. Like, really, really, really far away. Right? But Ansu Fati, I like. If Arsenal decided to get the deal done, I wouldn't be on my microphone saying, why did we sign Ansu Fati? Why? No, not really. I like him, and I see a lot of potential in him as a player, especially for Spain. Okay, so Michael Olise will not be joining Arsenal this summer. Nor will he be joining Chelsea as well. He's agreed to extend his deal by another 4 years at Crystal Palace. Genius move. Of course, I don't think Arsenal were really going to sign Michael Olise. I don't think Arsenal are really convinced about, Michael Olise. It's the same thing with Wilfried Zaha. Every summer, Arsenal will be linked with Olise. Arsenal will be linked with Wilfried Zaha. But I don't think Mikel Arteta has ever been really, concerned about Wilfried Zaha. With Michael Olise, maybe something different. Maybe because of the age bracket and, the ceiling and all that and the resale value. Maybe Arsenal could be interested, right? But if we were interested, we would just trigger his release clause, which is around, 35 million pounds. So he signed a new deal. I'm happy that he's not going to Chelsea. I just want to see him at Crystal Palace. I want to see how he develops this summer, this season, and probably next summer. He's one player I'll be saying, why don't we get Olise at Arsenal? Okay, so Olise stays put at Crystal Palace. Ivan Fresneda deal is back on. This is one that actually I thought Fresneda had gone to Dortmund. Like, I don't really follow Dortmund these days because Dortmund annoyed me towards the end of last season. And I'm still angry and I'm still annoyed. I don't even follow. And they produced one of the worst kits of all time in the German Bundesliga. And I rested my case until the German Bundesliga returns. And I'm watching Dortmund again. I'll just give myself a break. Like a simple break. But Ivan Fresneda is now available. And Arsenal might be looking to sign him without Borussia Dortmund in the picture. Now, Fabrizio says that so many other clubs are interested. So Arsenal cannot walk in there and go, come here, boy. Let me, just come to the Emirates Stadium. It's gonna take some time to convince him. It's gonna take some time for us to, cajole him into getting this, Arsenal vibe and all that. Arsenal is all about vibes, and you must be committed and things like that. With Mikel Arteta, stipulates out. But Fresneda and the deal, is back on. And finally, Arsenal are receiving deals and proposals for Nuno Tavares. Thank God. Like, this is one of the players that is going to suffer if he doesn't get a transfer deal this summer. If he doesn't get his transfer move this summer, he's gonna suffer. And he doesn't deserve to suffer. I think Nuno is a decent guy. Like, he's a decent guy on the ball. The mistakes, has he ironed them out? I'm not really sure. We will get to see when he plays for one of the clubs that we actually watch on a weekly basis. But we are receiving bids, one from Nottingham Forest, of course, but the other bids are also coming in from West Ham and a couple of other clubs. And Arsenal, every day, it seems like we are increasing our expected fee from 15 to 22, and now I'm hearing 30. That is courtesy of TalkSport. Hit the like button for me. Subscribe to the podcast. If you like such content, it will be coming your way every single day of your life until you decide I'm leaving Arsenal. So just hit the like button, subscribe, because that actually helps me bring the content to you directly. I'll speak to you right in the next one.